నిజ జీవితంలో జరిగిన సంఘటనలను ఆధారంగా తీసుకొని ఏ సినిమా తీసినా ప్రేక్షకులు ఖచ్చితంగా ఆదరిస్తారు అంటానికి మరో ఎగ్జాంపుల్ 2018. అవును, కేరళలో ఫ్లడ్స్ సమయంలో కేరళలో నెలకొన్న పరిస్థితుల్ని మనకి కళ్ళకు కట్టినట్లు చూపించుతున్నారు ఈ సినిమాలో. మరి ఈ సినిమా విశేషాల్ని మనతో పంచుకోవడానికి మనతో టీం ఉన్నారు. హీరో టొవినో థామస్ అండ్ హీరోయిన్ అపర్ణ అండ్ డైరెక్టర్ జూడ్ ఆంథనీ జోసెఫ్. Hello all of you.
Hello.
First of all, congratulations. That was so wonderful. Movie was so good. There's all over applause. All over the languages actually. Yeah, I should talk about this movie first to you, director Joseph Garu. I know this is a real incident in Kerala that has been happening in Kerala, but how did you make a picture in your mind actually before you were doing the movie?
Actually, the flood affected me also. I was victim of the flood. My house was flooded, my car was gone, my phone was lost. So I was very negative person in the sense saying that after the flood I was very in a depression state. And then one NGO, Bodhini is the name of the NGO. Reena was the coordinator of that NGO, and she called me and said that we should do a video to inspire people of Kerala, saying that there is more life coming and we have to do that. So I said, okay, we will do that, and I collected the newspapers and I watched the videos during those flood, and I came to know that there was a superb story where all the Malayalis stood together, and that's a heroic stories. And then I said, Reena, we should do this movie. Forget about the video. I will make it a film. Then she said, how the heck you are going to make a film? I said, okay, I will try my best. And I went to Andrew Joseph, one of the producers, and I said that, sir, this movie is going to happen. If I'm not doing it, somebody else will do it. So let me do it, and you have to help me. And we went to Tovi and said the thread. We said that this is the movie we are going to make, and he said, okay, I don't know how you make me to shoot the movie, but I'm with you. Then after that there was a big story other than this story. Like if I make the story how the movie was made, that will be another movie.
Oh.
So that was a teamwork, hard work, and 4 years
of... He narrated me the script in 2018 October.
Yeah.
Okay.
And
at
it took this much time.
It was just months that you have gone through that.
Yeah, but
okay.
It's not just months. We have to spend some years because of Corona. We had to like shelve
like
this movie for 2 years.
Yeah.
But during that time, he invested his time in improvising the script, polishing the script.
Wonderful. So you experienced that flooded situation?
Yes.
You did? Okay.
Yeah,
even my place was
real hero in those films. I have seen the videos. Like I said, when I watched the videos in the channels, I saw him saying that I'm doing this because I'm a Malayali. Please don't misunderstand that thing, and please don't think that I am doing it for publicity. I have seen that video.
The thing is, so this happened, and not only me, almost everyone was affected. Very few places were not affected. So my place, I come from Iringalakkuda, which is in Thrissur district of Kerala. So this happened, and at first I was confused. Like, what are we supposed to do? Because we are not used to this kind of floods. Last time floods happened in Kerala in 1924. And my generation or my previous generations, they don't know how to face a flood. So we also were clueless at that point of time. But that's when I went to one of my friend's house, and his house was starting to like get flooded. And that's when I understood the seriousness of this situation. And then in television we started seeing people waiting on the terraces above the second floor. They are waiting for helicopters to rescue them, airlift them. So that's when we could understand the seriousness of the situation we are going through. Then me and my friends, we wanted to do something. Because that is something I would have done even if I'm not an actor. Or that's what anyone facing that situation would do.
Yes.
Anyone with a minimum sensibility would do that. And our place, Iringalakkuda, is a very close-knitted community. We are, almost all of us knows each other. So almost 90% of the people were out there rescuing people or helping each other or in relief activities, coordinating the camps and all these things. So whatever I did got noticed just because I am an actor. But what I did was I could use my social media and it was very helpful because as I'm an actor, I had this medium to communicate with people all over Kerala. So it was helpful. Other than that, I know many people who has done 10 times or 100 times more activities than me. I personally know them. And I was not alone when I did something. I had so much people around me. But after the floods were all, the water was all gone and after the lands dried up, when everything came to normal, people started behaving like the same old way before the floods. Like during the floods, everyone was very close-knitted, very unconditional love. But once the floods was over, all the external forces came back into power and they started injecting thoughts into people. And then people started, very minority, of very few people started telling I did that for publicity. And I was very much hurt because I actually thought we all will drown and perish, will die.
The situation was changing every second. You don't even have time
It was
to
escalating
think about
in
yourself
yeah,
or
in every
anything
hour.
for that matter.
Forget about PR. We were thinking like if we will be surviving in the flood.
Yeah, we were not sure that we'll survive this flood. And I'm not someone who knows the future. If I had known the future, I would have done some PR back then. Because I didn't even know if I'll survive. I thought we'll all die. It was that scary. It was not. It is something. It was a nightmare. Even after few months of the floods, we had this nightmare. Even now in Kerala, rain used to be very romantic before 2018. Correct. It used to be a romantic symbol. Like when I was in school and college, I wanted it to rain so that I can walk under an umbrella with my girlfriend. So it was that romantic back then. But nowadays when it rains continuously for 2 days, nowadays rain is not romantic, it's scary. Even now, the trauma is still, that trauma is still there.
Correct.
So when he narrated me the script, I immediately said, Jude, I don't want to be part of any controversies. If I do this movie, people are going to say that I'm encashing whatever I did during the floods. I told him I don't want to do it. But he convinced me, emotionally blackmailed me, and that's how I came into this movie. Because he said, I'm doing this movie only if you are being part of this movie. But I read the script and I really wanted this movie to happen. And he was very convinced, he was very confident, and he said me he had some technique which he is going to use to execute. I asked him, how are you going to execute this? This is almost impossible to shoot. While watching this movie, you might have felt you are actually amidst the floods, but we shot it years later. So I was a little bit skeptical about the technique he was mentioning, but I liked his confidence and I wanted this movie to happen. The script, the thread he narrated was so emotional. It is more than the CGI or practical effects. The emotional drama, that is,
Yes.
I believe that is Malayalam cinema's strength, how to handle emotional dramas.
Yeah.
So I like the emotion which is being conveyed in the movie, and it was not alien for me because I've seen such emotions. I know such 100 stories about people who survived floods. Yeah. So I wanted that movie to happen, and we started discussing from then. In 2019 we started and we shot for some 13 days. But after that we had to chuck all those portions we shot because we had 2 years of break because of Corona, and the script was changing. He polished the script, and even I looked very different before Corona and after Corona. I'm much more disciplined after
That
Corona.
day, that I didn't know that.
Yeah, the kids, they grew up 2 years for a 10-year-old or 9-year-old. It's,
Yes.
yeah, 10-year-old
children
and
grow
12-year-old,
very fast.
yeah, they grow very fast. And we had to face all these things, but by the time we started shooting again in 2022, I came to know what his actual plan was.
Oh.
His actual plan was to create real flood and put us actors in the flood. That was his real plan. That was his technique which
So
he
you
mentioned.
drown them. You drown both of them.
Actually, before the shoot, my DOP was asking me, Jurata, we should learn swimming, and I was trying to learn this scuba diving for the thing, and we tried to contact some guy to learn the scuba diving. Till date, I haven't learned swimming, but literally I was
This director
swimming.
of this movie doesn't know swimming.
Literally, I was.
And he made us.
He was
Swim, drown, and
every
get
actress,
wet
even
every
I think Aparna, Vineet,
Chakojan.
Kunjako Boban were the 3 persons who have never seen the underwater, the flood sequences. Otherwise,
Everyone
everybody
else was in the water.
Oh, oh. And Aparna, you reminded us of our work because reporting
Let me
about
say
the
it first,
national.
because
Yeah, please.
when I met Aparna has done role in my previous film, Orimothu Sigada. She's very close to my family also, and when I approached her, I said that this is not an important role. She has won already national award for best actress. I said this is not that much important role, but I will tell you the story. If you are interested, please do it. When I said that this is how the story goes, this is how the character is, she said, okay chata, I will do it. I was like, oh, this much love. So she has done this role only because she has loved the script and the film.
That is the best thing about this movie. The shooting process of this movie reminds us of how Malayalis stood together while we survived the floods. So without any insecurities, all leading actors and other actors, everyone had this feeling that this movie is something that should be made. So for that, see, all of us has different movies, and we have already given the dates. So getting the dates of all these actors and bringing them together for a movie, it's not an easy, it's almost impossible. But I think every actor in this movie has taken an effort, believing in his vision, believing in this movie, and we all believe this movie is something that should be made. And the intentions were very pure. So we all came together, and it reminded of 2018 floods, when everyone, without any insecurities, without any classifications or disparities, everyone coming together and doing something. And when everyone coming together and doing something, it feels different. Even if we are working hard, we'll enjoy it when we are doing it together. So I think,
And when the film is successful, the thing is, we all are enjoying it together. We're not. It's not like, okay, you have some like a bigger role to do, or we don't even have that thought. Not even a single time I personally got that thought, because I don't have a huge screen space, but I was really happy to be a part of this film, because somewhere or the other I felt like this will create history, and it has. And this is something people should know, what we went through and how we fought the flood in 2018. That is not something we should be, we should not put our career in, on priority for that. We have to tell people, and whatever we can do about it, that's what we all did. We all came together for that.
not only actors, even the technicians.
Technicians also.
The
everyone.
cinematographer, usually our shooting process goes on for 30 to 60 or maximum 90 days. But for this movie, he was like,
In water for
he was
at least
bought.
60 days.
He was bought for 6 months.
Yeah, actually the cameraman, the art director, the editor, everybody was on the set. Usually the editor will send someone to do the spot editing, but the editor himself, he was coming to the spot editing, and he was like sleepless nights and next day morning he has to do the editing and spot editing, and he has to show the output. So everybody was working hard, and everybody was sure that they were making a history in Kerala, at least the Malayalam film industry. So.
And especially recreating the whole scenario that had happened in 2018. I mean, remembering everything that you have gone through, remembering everything that people have gone through. Maybe you have a huge house and somebody has just a small hut. Maybe a small children, they would have been drowned away. And everything you have to keep in mind, and you have to put it in the scenario. Maybe with Tovino or Aparna or some other people in the movie. Everything was really challenging, isn't it?
I think I was just going through the newspapers, and I just selected the small stories on the 8th or 9th page of a newspaper. There is a small story saying that one guy drowned during the rescue operations, and there is another story saying that one girl was searching for certificates during flood. So I just picked up those stories. Common man stories. I was not eager to recreate another story which was already there in media. So when my producer said that they have seen the whole scenario in TV, they have read the news. What are you going to make? So I said, I will make another version of the flood, which is common man's version, because in a newspaper we have seen so many front page news saying that this guy has done this, this guy has done this, but we haven't seen some other guy has drowned in flood. He lost his life, so I thought, okay, he has lost his life, and what if he has some past or he has some family? So I took that path. That was done by many other filmmakers previously, so it's not a big deal. But what I'm saying is that I tried to be with the common man feelings, and that's the reason the common man, the audience connected with the film, because
the resilience and the humanity,
correct.
and people saw with some goosebumps. It's like a roller coaster of the emotions, you know. When people were watching the movie, it was like sometimes it was in the beginning it was a happy life, and then it started raining, it started drowning, people started drowning, and then what's going to happen next, what will happen to this guy, what this guy will be doing. It was like a roller coaster of the emotions. So you really made it so well that your planning was actually perfect. I can say that the planning was perfect. And when
whatever time he got before the shoot, for many reasons the shoot was delayed. Whatever time he got, he never wasted even a minute of it. He kept on. He has finished before starting the shoot again in 2022. He had completed at least 12 drafts of the script, and it was very different from the first draft I heard. It was much better than the first draft I heard.
So you made better use of their call sheets.
Yeah. Actually speaking, we had very much limited budget and limited, because they have more films. They are working in many other good projects, and they have making dates for me. At least for the film, they are making dates. So I should use them, right? Otherwise, if they're coming and I'm not doing anything, so that's a basic thing I have to do. That's my duty, at least, to make sure that I use them.
Yeah. And did you compromise on the production cost? Because I'm sure this would have been taken like you had a number in your mind, but when it comes to practicality,
no, compromise was never an option.
No, nothing. Like that. In Malayalam film industry, this is the best budget we have got, because we have to think about the
relatively bigger budgets.
Marketing. No, we have to get the film. If at all the film was a flop, what should have we done? Because the budget is very much higher than the other films we have released in Kerala. So the production side, they haven't even talked about anything about the budget. Even the budget was a bit like higher, and when the shooting went on, and the budget went higher again. But the producers Venu sir, Andrew Joseph sir, and Padma sir, they three never said that this budget is going higher and again. You please stop it. Nothing like that. So I was very happy that these producers were believing me, or at least the team. Whatever they're getting, they deserve this because they have believed a good team and they deserve this huge success. And I am praying that so many producers will come again and to do more movies. And I invite all the producers to invest more money in Malayalam film industry and please make big films, like big films in the sense with a good script and with good actors, and please use them. We have so many actors in our Malayalam film industry and we haven't used even in my film I haven't used Aparna as an actor. I wish that I could use her as an actor in my next film. So that's my wish.
So we'll be waiting for the next movie, Aparna, for sure. And I can't end this interview without telling this because reviews are not a measure for a movie. That is sure. But one good thing and one happiest thing what everybody is finding on the internet or on the YouTube, whatever it is reviews being given in Hindi, and there's a competition about the reviews.
Oh.
I don't know if you people
No,
have
I
watched,
haven't.
but
Yeah, I haven't
we've
yet.
been watching that reviewers, they are giving so many reviews about this movie 2018, especially in Hindi. That's been caught the eye of every viewer,
That's great.
and I think that's the measure I can say
Thankful to the
when it is coming.
reviews.
Yeah, it's a hit movie in Malayalam and Telugu and other languages, but best reviews given in Hindi, and there's a competition about the reviews.
Okay.
That's the best measure
Let
I
that
found.
competition go on.
Yeah, it will, I think. You can just go through that if you want.
Yep.
Yeah.
Sure.
And thank you so much, Joseph Ji, because you have given such a wonderful movie. And
Tovino.
you and Aparna, Tovino and Aparna, you both have given your best in the movie. Though it's a small character, but we could
No, our
relate to
best
you.
is yet to come.
We could, yeah. And as Joseph was saying, we'll be seeing you both in the next movie, I think.
I have seen Tovino's potential because after our movie, I thought that he must have tired. Like in our movie, he was working for 50 days, night shoots and everything, underwater, everything. And when I called him, he was working in another movie, Ajay and Rendam Moshanam, and he was telling me that I'm trying Kalari Pai too, and I'm so he's like a hard-working, sincere, and the most genuine actor I have ever seen.
I have to do that. I once dreamt of becoming an actor. I come from a small town in Thrissur district from Iringalikuda. Once it was a dream for me, and now I'm living my dream. So I would do anything to keep making that dream better and better. So that's the minimum.
Actually,
I could do.
I've given so much less time. Actually, there's a lot to talk about 2018 movie, but I'm given such a less time. I'm so thankful
But
that
you don't stop. Even after we go, you can go and talk about 2018 to everyone.
Sure. I'll do. Yeah. Thank you so much for joining us.
Thank you so much. Thank you.